looks like we made it. Looks like we got a couple of you watching, even though my viewer count is not up to date. I think I can actually fix that. Let me see here. Refresh, please. Oh, wrong one. Let's try this one. Well, how you guys doing tonight? Hopefully we get some interesting news. Refresh the cache, please. See how that works. No, still 0. Well, I can see you guys in the chat, so either way, thanks for being here. I'm going to go ahead and sort of turn this up slow. Looks like we're about 4 minutes away from the id Software panel, so we'll see how that goes. So I just released a reaction to the 30-second teaser that was just put out. So that's there, so we'll see if that brings anybody in, but yeah, we're going to be hopefully finding out a little bit more about the Doom Eternal panel with Hugo Martin and Marty Stratton. Hallelujah. All right. Did I get my Quakecon Doomslayer skin? Yes, I did. Absolutely. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I haven't used it yet, really, but it is now in my collection. Princess Harmony is here. All you see is black. I hope that's not true. Might need to refresh things or something, Princess Harmony. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I don't see any glitches in my stream. It looks like we got about 3 minutes to kill. Let me get out of studio mode so I can see. Be right back. Okay, yeah, give it a refresh. Everybody else see okay? So yeah, I'll probably chop out this intro after the fact. So I'll go ahead and say my greetings now, and then later I'm going to edit out everything up to this point with the countdown. So hello everybody, welcome to Crossplay Gaming. My name is Eric. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe if you like live streaming and particularly Doom content. I've done quite a bit in the past. And if you enjoy yourself during this reaction, make sure you leave a like. Always appreciated, helps more people see the videos. So yeah, we're just waiting on Marty Stratton, Hugo Martin. Have I ever played Quake? I have. Why is this saying that the message is held for review? I don't know. I'll show it. Princess Harmony says everything is still black for her. I don't know. You know, I have a theory. It could be... I don't know. It could be because it's a mature game. If you're underage, then it might not let you see it. I don't know. I've never heard of that. Could be a thing, but can everybody else see okay? You said all good. Okay. Well, I think you've been around when I've played Doom Eternal, so I don't see like that would be a problem. YouTube for Kids app. Yeah, I doubt that. You can't find this on the YouTube for Kids app. It'll be 16 and 44 days or so. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be an issue unless you were like under 13, so I don't know what the deal is. Misanthropic One, welcome to the reaction. Happy early birthday. It's going pretty good. Whose early birthday is? Oh, yeah, Princess Harmony, of course. 44 days. Yeah, it's not long. So far, my counter says 2 viewers, but I am... If Dank Memester is still here, that's like 4, I think. So we'll see if that updates. So where are we at now? 7:29, so we're just about to start. Like right now, if they are on time. So here we go. Hey! Okay, I think I have to turn it up. Oh no, it's all the way up. Hopefully the sound will work. Don't see why it wouldn't. Start soon. Yes, indeed. So who watched the DLC trailer? teaser. It's like super short, but oh, here we go.
What is going on, Quakecon at home? I am joined by none other than, right above me, Hugo Martin, creative director of id Software. Say hello, Hugo.
Hugo.
Hello.
Hi, Hugo.
On the top right of the screen, you will see none other than executive producer of id Software, Marty Stratton.
Looks like he's grown his hair out during lockdown.
Miss you all very much.
And there is a brother from another mother. There is the hair from heaven. There is a legend sitting just to the, God, I don't know what screen direction is. That guy over there, same direction as me. That's Jason Levy. He is your senior community lead at Bethesda. What's up, Jason?
What's up, guys? Hi, Quakecon.
He's trying to give you a
Jason Levy, hello.
God,
Okay.
Heaven, it's the hardest thing. No, you did great.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody is here. Everybody hopefully is comfortable at home, staying safe.
I hope they
wearing
show
masks,
footage. I really do.
Drinking drinks. It's hard to do with the mask. I hope you popped your popcorn because you are in for a treat because we are here just to hang out and talk about all things Doom Eternal. There was a
Could be about an hour. We'll see.
Earlier today. Oh, let me get
Yep.
that giveaway.
By the way, I did a reaction to the teaser. If anyone hasn't seen it yet,
That's spamming that. That was a little preview of what's to come. There's going to be some treats, some surprises. But no, let's first just talk about, like, hopefully you guys already checked out. There was an Ultra Nightmare run attempt, I'll call it, a couple of attempts by Rooster Teeth, our boys.
Awesome
Jack
Assassin
B and
Shark.
Show, and special guest Raul Coley. Like, Jason, Raul, that dude has been a fan.
well, you know what I can
of
do?
Doom.
Just realized.
It feels like forever. That dude
I can
is
move
just
the
like
chat up
super fan
here
number
so
one,
that
bad boy actor number one. What's up?
the slideshow doesn't block
huge
it.
fan
There we
of
go.
him. We love him, and he popped in the stream. It was really cool to see the three of them, trying their best. They were trying to get that Ultra Nightmare run done. Didn't work out in the time allotted, but that's okay.
Yeah,
It's not easy.
right.
A lot of different streams.
We'll see if I ever
you
do
guys
an
think
Ultra Nightmare
hour will
run.
do it?
Oh,
I think that's doable. You think a 1 hour stream can do Ultra Nightmare? Hugo, Marty, what do you think?
I don't know. For me,
if they
not for me at all.
with glitches.
Hey, did you do it?
1 hour. 1 hour is rough. Yeah, there's not. Yeah.
You're like 1 hour,
That
take a
would be-
break, take a nap, relax.
Yes.
Do a little. Okay, a little R&R. Okay. Also, speaking of Ultra Nightmare, we do have some absolute legends lined up later in the crazy amount of streams that we have coming up for QuakeCon at home. We've got none other than the Finnish Draku, who will.
Yeah, this will be the only one I
so
watch.
Finland reference there. Absolute legend. He will be probably finishing Ultra Nightmare. He is going to have a test because the time that he's on, he doesn't get to restart. I mean, he does, obviously, if he dies. But I'm hedging all my bets that Draku will do what Draku does and just make every game look like it's just like an aimbot trainer that he's run a million times and he's just having a good time. And then speaking of nuts and legends, Cerebru, founder and creator, the none other than the legend from Down Under, Spud Hunter, our Spuddy buddy, is going to be doing a blindfold run.
What?
Nightmare. So
I've seen.
how about that? If you think it's hard enough just to do Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare, what about being blindfolded? Have you
I always
guys
find
tried
that so
at the
dumb.
office? Is that a thing that
Quake 1 for
you guys do in
Switch.
playtest? Is that normal?
No, not at all.
Did they move Quake 1 to Switch?
Yeah, yeah,
I never heard of that, but
yeah. That's funny.
That'd be
for you.
nice.
That's funny.
oh, are you saying you hope they announce something like that?
Gonna come in under
That'd
the
be cool.
hour.
Oh.
I'm not sure that's gonna.
Getting hyped for some reason. Well, dude, they're going to talk about some Doom
Absolutely.
Eternal.
So we've also got Matt Hafey of Trivium fame. Thanks to Roadrunner
Yes,
Records
gotcha.
for the hookup there. Your boy is going to be trying to play Doom Eternal right after this stream, and then that's followed right after that by
Quake 1's your favorite id game?
Homie for life.
I've only played it a little bit.
That's going to be playing Doom
Suppose
Eternal,
I should
doing some
play
awesome
more. We'll see.
Fundraisers and
I've actually
giveaways.
just
Speaking of
recently
which,
started
I'm
messing
gonna
with
do a slight
textures.
Pause for 2 seconds.
Made it look.
Because a big part of
made it look
everything
new.
we're doing this whole weekend is not only hanging out with all of you that we love and wish could be seeing in person in Dallas, but for these amazing organizations, including but not limited to UNICEF, Direct Relief, the NAACP, Defend, Educate, Power. That's the Defense Fund, and of course the Trevor Project. So
You want to see
Jason,
Kratos from
we just
God of
keep
War
it
fight
going as far
Doomslayer.
as, like, we're in weird times, and we're just figuring it out. We're just doing the best we can, and sort of just like paying it forward as much as possible with this community.
Absolutely. I mean, these are organizations that we've been contributing to at Bethesda. So super excited and passionate to be working to do things for them. But of course, you guys have kicked ass.
Get to the news.
Since today at 12 o'clock.
Charities are nice. It's okay.
7.5 hours ago, we're at $8,000 raised, even more than that. And it just keeps going up. So, like, seriously, thank you guys. Every donation that you make is going towards one of these charities, which is super cool. We also have, if you haven't checked it out yet, the Dallas Pets Alive t-shirts that we're doing, the Cat O'Demon shirt and the Dog Fakeen shirt. The proceeds for those will also go towards Dallas Pets Alive. So we're really trying to give back. We know it's difficult times and not everyone can afford to donate. Totally understand that, but we really appreciate all the money we've been getting. So thank you guys.
Yeah,
awesome. That's awesome.
You did a really good job of pronouncing those names. Every time someone's going to do it, I'm like, oh, this is.
I think they see each other as gods.
You killed it. You totally killed it. So yeah, if you guys
Hey,
have
You got to throw Master Chief in the
all of our
mix.
games are on sale, so you get to save some money and donate that to good causes.
There you go.
It's true.
Yeah.
We've sales.
Doom Eternal for half off.
Exactly. I mean,
Doom Eternal's half off right now during Quakecon.
Like every platform, everywhere
Nice.
we go, we've got major sales. Definitely check it out this weekend.
So obviously, we wish we could all be with you.
See,
in
Marty's
person,
got the Slayer helmet
sweating
behind
in
him
the
there. Very nice.
BYOC, just hearing the shouts, hearing the whoops. Like their shirts on, their shirts off. It's all
Blood
safe.
on Steam.
But I was
It's a
gonna
Doom
ask
light
kinda
game.
one by one.
I think it's built on a similar
what
engine.
You guys missed the most
I think it's built on the
about
same
this
engine
year not being
as
just, like, down in it
Duke Nukem.
with the community. I'm going to start with you, Hugo, right up top. What is the number one thing for you?
It's just seeing everybody. To be honest, I've definitely grown to have some really good friends there, and it's awesome to connect.
Savannah, hello.
Honestly, get that raw feedback. I think that like when we first showed the game at 2016, whenever was that? When was that, Marty? 2014 or?
Yeah,
when we,
2014. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that was kind of like
years later.
That behind
that was
closed doors
such a-
one, right?
Yeah, that was such
Yeah.
a huge moment for the whole team, you know, like, and it was a real turning point in the development of this, if you want to call it a reboot of the Doom franchise, and I think, or relaunch, I suppose. Yeah, and then year after year, getting to see those people, getting to know them, you know, it's just a celebration of not only id games, but games in general, and everybody's geeking out. It's so much fun. I
Add the
always
Slayer
felt
to
like it's
MK11.
Woodstock for
Oh,
gamers. I mean, that's
Mortal
what I
Kombat,
said.
I
If
got
was
you.
a kid, I would be in heaven, you know.
Quake 1 on the Sega Saturn.
Drop off
Oh,
there for a weekend, it'd be
I didn't know Quake 1
and,
was on
I actually
was on
looked forward
Sega
to
Saturn.
my son older, 'cause
I suppose that
certainly
would
he and
be
I
fitting.
doing it together down in the BYOC, for sure. So, yeah, just miss seeing.
You're gonna go, you don't know what id Software is? Oh,
Honestly,
okay.
like, we have, like,
They made Doom
really deep
Eternal.
conversations with
Oh,
the
that's
fans.
okay.
We're just walking around at the bars.
It's a mature rated
about,
game
like,
anyways. I mean, you know.
what they liked, even what they didn't like. You get to hear their opinions about stuff that, you know, they'd like to see us do next. And so that raw interaction is just so valuable and so satisfying. I mean, we are commercial artists, and by definition, we make art for others. You know, like that's we make art with other people and for other people. And so getting to see those
Also on your
other people,
EverDrive
hear their
64.
feedback, and
Nice.
so far so good. It's usually been positive.
The
Is,
new Cry
really,
engine.
really
Mm.
satisfying.
Absolutely. So, Marty, I'm going to kick the same question about what you miss the most about not being in person in Dallas right now in Grapevine with everybody else at Quakecon.
Honestly, it's hard to believe we're not. Like I've been at every QuakeCon since '99, and
Yeah.
it's literally like this yearly pilgrimage that you don't get to make. It's kind of like not going home for Christmas, or I don't know, when you're a kid not having summer break or something like that. It's really hard. So, like, I mean, very much, you know, like Hugo.
Very serious. Although nothing will quite match when I saw him
like,
during an IGN
it's
interview.
the most
I swear he was looking at the interviewer like he wanted to murder him.
Fueling event that we do.
I don't know what that was about. I think he was just tired from all the publicizing.
Such an industry event.
But he looked like he hated being where he was. That was hilarious. He looks kind of relaxed now.
And to literally just be around.
Are there going to be any announcements? That is the question. We're here to find out.
and get to hang out.
They haven't even gotten into
nothing
the
else in
DLC
gaming. And
talk
then,
or anything like that
we
yet.
show the games. I always say it's like the greatest home field advantage in games.
Joker vibes.
It's like nothing else. It's like running up the tunnel, onto
Bumblebee, how are you?
into
Welcome to the stream.
a 75,000 packed stadium. And then the personal side of it again is just like 21 years of basically having a kind of a bit of a family reunion with these people I've known since we were all a lot younger. So I literally have friends that I only see at Quakecon every year, and when we get back together, it's like right back to best friends and hanging out and just late nights. So it's tough. It really is tough. I miss it all.
Damn. Well said, both of you guys. Jason, if you think I'm going to leave you out, you're crazy. I think I'm looking right at you. I'm actually looking at my wall, but I feel like I'm looking right at you. Like,
all these introductions.
What about you?
Come now,
What's the
people.
number one thing that you're missing right now by not being physically at Grapevine at Quakecon?
It's hard to top those answers because I feel the same exact way. But I think
Looks like they're in the same room.
today
He's
would
like
have been
looking
that
over.
day where we had our traditional keynote on that stage, and I have the really cool privilege to sort of be backstage, kind of watching or helping in that respect. And every year I take an opportunity in the middle of all the chaos. Marty and Hugo are probably on stage, and I peek to look.
Have I ever
behind the
wondered how it
curtain
would
on
look?
the other side to see the people in the audience. The audience is like it's super.
How would you
fans
look
who
as an
are so
N64
passionate about
polygon
game,
model?
and Doom, but it's a lot.
Never
of
till you
indie
asked
fans as
me.
Well. And like
Fascinating
I cannot
question.
explain to you what the emotion is like when people are proud of the work.
I'm sure it'd look cool as heck.
To see it on that screen when we
Yeah.
show off the, and then the fans at the same time are seeing it like live.
Have I ever been to
There's
QuakeCon?
tears,
No.
there's
Maybe
excitement.
someday.
You
Who
can't
knows?
Beat that. And then that is how we
Not
kick
this
it off.
year.
And then the rest of the weekend is just like this high of like Disney.
Have you, Dank Memester?
Seeing how happy people are about just we're playing games with our friends all weekend in the BYOC, or we're downstairs playing Doom Eternal for the
I'll
first
turn up
time
the
before
talk
anyone
a
else.
little
That
bit.
stuff is like you can't
See if I can get him in
and
the
I just
yellow.
like to watch the reaction of that stuff. It's incredible.
Well, also with Discord and everything now, like there's a lot of people that I look forward, has
That's pretty
gone on
good.
this year. Look forward to seeing again. 'Cause,
Never,
like
yeah.
whether it's Bazooka Joey,
Quake 1 is super
all
hard.
those guys that we've met.
I got to like the second or third level and ran into a lot of death. I might have to just try to get through it on easy so I get an idea.
It would have been really fun to honestly
Then
hang out.
ramp
with
it up a
them
little bit.
because I hang out with them all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
Kind of, like we're
Yeah.
always and they're awesome because like we're there, 2 in the morning sometimes, just like hey, what do you think of this? I just think it would have been awesome to be able to see all those guys, and I don't know about playing with them because the
What if there's
problem is
Pac-Man
I end up
mode
playing
in Doom?
battle mode with some of these
Monsters
people
pop
and
up
they
randomly.
destroy me.
I don't know.
And then they
that's
start
not
to.
good.
You think they start to doubt your decisions? You're like, should this guy be in charge? I don't know.
Yeah,
And it's like
They're like, you
Thoughts on Doom Eternal co-op campaign?
It's like, yes, I do.
It's like,
The-
I mean, it would be
the,
awesome, but
they
Under the
actually,
Mayo, another
I
YouTube
think
channel,
that
he
my
pointed out
problem,
like
but I
what an
asked them to
overhaul
stream
of
with
the
me. I'm like,
campaign that would
you
require
train me
because
to
it's
get
so
good.
single
So
player.
we're gonna just knit, and they humor me
like,
and
designed.
play together, and it's awesome. But
love that.
no, it's
So
yeah,
it probably
I
would
really
never
look
happen,
forward to seeing
but
everybody. We'll do it again though. For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
but what was I going
So
to say?
speaking of which,
Wait a minute.
I mean,
You gotta
it wouldn't
tell
be
us
out
what
of
is-
tradition
Yes,
for
you
Doom.
know,
I mean,
what
there
are
was
you doing?
co-op over networks for the
I
original.
thought I could get away with it.
Doom,
as host.
Doom
I want to
2.
get emotional. I want to get emotional.
I
miss it.
It's the streaking the BYOC at 4 a.m.
Honestly,
or the constant woo woo woo.
Making videos
right?
is hard nowadays.
or the
Yeah.
fact that like all of a sudden Ball's drink is just the only liquid available. It's like that and Pecos Pete, and you're just guzzling
Oh
it, and you're
my
like,
God.
this is how I stay alive. This is the
It
only way
really
to do
is.
it, right? Like
No water.
there's
just
no
that.
like all the water things are just gone, and who needs it? Because you got energy drinks and soda. You got
I've
your,
seen
you
Doom
got your
on the
giant
Panasonic
Pecos
3DO.
Pete's,
I have
Pecos
not.
Pete mug. You got it all, but yeah, I don't know, like. Yeah, I mean, it's really
Doom
it's
runs on
meeting
everything.
You guys, like, of course, there's
People have gotten
there's
Doom to
friends
run
that
on a
I've been-
calculator.
that I've known online for years, played in tournaments with, met them
I've got
all for
printer,
the first
too.
time, almost all of them at QuakeCon. We're like friends for life, like ride or die. Like I would call them if I was going to the Hasi, that level of like friendship, and it's all because of like Quakecon being this incredible event that just brings all these fans of id games and Bethesda games together.
It's a console
To just celebrate that.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys all said it well.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
love
like
little
so.
pieces of all your
The
stuff.
Doom
It's
engine
like
is so
fans at the
flexible that
bar,
not only is it on
Disney
like
World,
every
like all these.
console,
It's
but
like, it is just
people
the
have like hacked it to
celebration
go
of,
on like
everything you love and everyone
non-consoles.
that loves it as well, like all together, just
Like, just
celebrating.
crazy
it's the
stuff.
best. So
It is.
yeah, but that's why we're
That-
here.
that-
Go ahead.
That image of someone in like a robe,
it was a rush
that,
port.
like, you know,
There have
4
been
in
more
the
than
morning
one,
and
from
they've
what
got,
I
like, a
understand.
Balls drink walking to the BYOC, and it's just like it's nothing. Like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna get in a few rounds.
Yeah.
like
Like
you know,
half
it's the
cosplay
best.
on,
Potato
half
graphics.
cosplay off. It's just like
Yeah.
whatever. It all. It's like
Playing Doom with an
everybody's
air
back on.
conditioner.
When it's
Yeah,
back on,
right.
It's
Anything
it
with
is
any
the
kind of
coolest
computer
thing.
device in
You
it.
know, I went from Texas when I came here to
Yeah.
id, and I saw the QuakeCon. I was like,
Music is
this
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like this is unbelievable. How cool this is. So I encourage all the fans, like, make the pilgrimage out to Texas is also awesome. So you get to come see where
True.
where our office is. But it's
I haven't been to
it's very
Texas
cool.
since I
A lot of
was
good food in
5.
Texas. We could make this a
I-
whole
I just-
Hugo's
Yeah.
Eats. I was going to call it a
Hugo
podcast.
Eats
We're
in
doing this
Texas.
live. This is a video. This is not a podcast, but we could do a whole session on that. But just
Part of me wants to
regardless,
move to
like,
Texas.
Yeah, lots of options.
I
Lots
want
of
better
fun.
gun laws than New
Let's
York.
definitely do this next year. But since we're here now and we're doing it and we're all here together, it's almost like the pandemic just grabbed like the ball that we were all playing with and just kicked it and said, if you can't have it, no one can, which is okay because we figured it out. We got it all together. We're all here now. So we don't have the main stage. We don't have all of us together physically, but virtually at least. I was thinking maybe we could kind of just, show a little bit of insight into the stuff that you guys have been working on that's been so incredible that everyone's been just chomping at the bit for with Doom Eternal. And I think, Marty, you might even have a video that you want to set up about this particular thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Please do it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that we've been work from home. Bethesda was one of the early.
I think I'm going to cut out that
keep us
entire
all safe,
section
so we all
in
headed
editing
home
later.
a long time ago, well before launch.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny, kind of sad that all of the collector's editions that we all get as a company ended up at the office like the day we were moving out, so we couldn't distribute them.
Oh,
And we finally, the head of our HR, Jessica, mobilized a team of volunteers and got everybody their what is now I refer to as the unapproved PPE for id Software. So we all got our collector's editions yesterday,
What?
and so people
what?
started donning them, and you get a little insight as to the craziness.
I had mine like
All right,
my
so
physical
with
one
that
like
setup,
2 days
which I
after
love,
release. So.
For a second here, we are going to see a little preview of some id Software employees that you may or may not recognize as being
You
fully
won't reckon.
as being fully slayered out. Here we go.
Let's go. Maybe I should get mine out. I wonder how my helmet looks with the green screen. Give me 1 second.
Funny.
Did that end with the Marauder and Slayer sitting together, just having some,
Yeah.
just no respect for
Did.
social
There's the
distancing,
office.
no respect for enemies or like
That
foes?
guy's cosplay was amazing. I don't remember who that
Well, I
was.
definitely can't put it on with these
I think it's
headphones.
Adam.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
Adam
that was
Stark.
so sick.
Yeah.
Oh my
sick
God.
costume.
It doesn't get cut out with the green screen.
So
That's nice.
good. Now I feel like I need a Marauder.
Ark, how's
in
it
my house.
going?
How do we get that? How do we
We're
get that
talking
from the game into
Slayer
our
helmets.
houses? All right. In all seriousness, though,
We need another collector's edition.
I'll take a little Marauder toy figurine. Hello, Bethesda. Let's get those things. Let's get
They're
those
coming.
things out to the people.
I almost feel like
Not bad for
you're
me.
pitching
I'm just
this-
got
I don't know
back
if
to
you're doing
normal
this on
work
purpose or
hours.
not, but this is an amazing plug right now because if you go to the gear shop,
Up to
right now,
6
which
people
is
in the chat. Welcome,
gear.bethesda.com,
everybody.
I think, I don't know, it'll
Net.
correct net. Shit, net. if you go to gear.bethesda.net right now, you can pre-order an amazing little beautiful figurine of that Marauder, that mini collectible.
Ooh.
That
Sweet.
all 4 of
I
us
literally
are into.
I
and want
literally
now.
just pre-ordered it.
Yeah, same.
I could show you my receipt.
I
It
love
was
it.
awesome.
I know. I saw that news.
Employee discount and all.
Exactly.
Did somebody send Marty Stratton a free toy? What's going on?
How's
there?
my
Did you have to
family?
pre-order
Pretty
it?
good.
Work from home.
Wife's
I
pregnant?
usually get samples at the
Sometimes.
office, so now I just have to order everything.
Yeah. He wants to see it like in the next couple months. You know what I mean? So he's
Oh,
got to just do it
absolutely.
himself. Yeah.
For sure.
These are the times we live in. So speaking of which, there is DLC on the way, which I want to put a pin in because we'll get back to in a second because that is what everybody is absolutely nuts about. But
Yeah.
before we get into that, there's a couple of things that I think you guys also been working on that you maybe want to touch on that's pretty cool that maybe will be up and coming. A little bit hinty. I don't know. What do you guys got?
Well, we just released an update, as everybody knows, on Tuesday, which was pretty great. I think we were all we've had several updates over the course of over the last several months since launching, and all of it's been as we've adjusted to working from home. So some good, some bad in those updates. We'll take our share of knocks when we deserve them. But I think update 2.1 for everybody was really good. We improved some latency in battle mode, and
Well,
fixed
welcome
a number
back.
of balance issues that had kind of come up out of patch 2. So I think the game is in a
Ice
in a
cream's
really
good.
great state right now, and just giving us the opportunity to build on it moving forward with DLC.
Didn't miss too much. So
We've
talking a
got
little bit
we've got a
about
master level
working
that
from
we've got
home.
teed up. We haven't announced when it's coming out
2.1
yet.
update.
But
And eventually DLC
it's
here.
going to be really cool. It's the Super Gorness Master Level.
Yeah.
And
Super Gorness
really
Master
cool.
level.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
got some
amazing.
new stuff.
Gotta admit,
It's unbelievable.
Let's go.
It's
gotta
so
admit,
good.
I have not done any master
I mean,
levels
that's
yet.
already such a massive level with such great arena fights in it. So I can't even imagine. Now I'm just thinking about how big the spaces are, and I'm like, okay, you could put a Cyber Demon there. You could probably
Oh my
put
gosh.
a Doom Hunter there. Like, I'm super jazzed, super jazzed about that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So even if you just have the
It's
base
even
game,
got some new gameplay twists to it. Like we're
Super
adding
Gorness. Yeah, Super Gorness is hard enough.
Hugo can talk about
Imagine
this too,
throwing
but,
in super
we're adding like a
Cyber
classic
Demons
mode
and
where guns are
Doom
spread out
Hunters.
throughout the world. So a little bit different
Marauders.
than even just the way you would normally play a master
Ugh.
level.
Usually the first couple of master levels were really good, but we learned some things that we kind of wanted to make the engagement around a master level just give you something a little bit more to chew on and incentivize playing them on different difficulties. And we even threw in some, as Marty said, custom challenges now that are master level specific. And classic mode is basically where you start with one shotgun, and throughout the course of the level, you pick up all of the rest of the guns, just like in an old Doom game.
Yeah,
so
pistol
the
start.
Beginning of the beginning of the level is really gnarly because you don't have a lot of stuff, and it's so much fun. It's super engaging. And then we're going to incentivize beating it on ultra violence.
Yeah, they designed every original Doom level from the
challenge. You
90s
just have to beat the mode on
to be
ultra
able to be
violence,
beaten
you
on
never die.
pistol
There's
start,
a
like if you
one
know all the
a
secrets and
challenge
stuff.
as well. And then each of these
Crazy.
challenges comes with a cosmetic reward. And then if you complete
Cosmetic
all the
reward.
challenges, you get one final cosmetic reward. So it's kind of a little bundle there that we're giving away as part of the experience, and I think it's really, really cool, very, very fun, and it's a pretty amazing master level overall. The designers did a fantastic job. I believe it was Jason O'Connell who did that master level, and it's fantastic.
You
Each of
see
the
your legs.
designers,
No, you cannot.
who gets assigned
I don't know
the
why you
master
can't
level,
in
I
more
think, puts
games.
their own personal touch on it, and definitely Jason did on this one. And so I expect really great things. I think the footage is going to be really good. This is a challenge that's going out to our best players. I want to see people beat it on ultraviolence. This has gone, and
when you mean ultraviolence, so you mean Ultra Nightmare? Are we going full
I'm sorry,
Monty?
Ultra Nightmare. That's what I meant to say. Ultra Nightmare. Sorry.
Because
Not
I was like,
ultraviolence.
challenge accepted. Let's go. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, Ultra Nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll practice.
I was gonna say.
Do that.
I'll bet. Okay.
No, Ultra Nightmare. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. So it's going to be really, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome to see. And again, you'll get to show off the rewards that you've earned by completing all the challenges and kind of mastering the master level.
I love it. So you guys have put so much care and effort and energy into amazing cosmetics this year. We've seen Hipster Archvile. We've seen, God, there's just so many. I'm trying to even think. They're all like spinning in my head right now. Of course,
Cosplay.
yeah.
Slayer.
I mean, the cosplay Quakecon Slayer with the Quakecon like tournament podium is probably the most beautiful thing ever. With his like little like he pulls out his,
I can't get enough of that.
the victory animation
It's
where
so
he pulls
funny.
out his Doomblade. Oh my God, it's precious. And right now we have, just by logging in, you get a free reward. You get a Quakecon Slayer skin. If you're not wearing it,
Done.
first of all, get
Shame
in the
on
game. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame. Get in the game. Get that free reward. It's only going to last until Monday. So tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your kids, tell everybody. Go in the game and
Like
get
my
that.
wife would care.
But also, I didn't know if you guys wanted to talk about two other things. First of all, I'm going to give a little plug for something that is near and dear to me, which is the Friday Night Fights Invitational we'll be doing. There's a finals that is going to be happening tomorrow. We actually had to pre-record that because Ketchup can't be at two places at one time. He's already doing the Quake Pro League. But I guarantee you that you will never see higher level, better matchups than Zan versus Cronin and Conjugates. And because of that, the only reason I'm plugging it is because Hugo, the man right at the top of me, is very, very passionate about battle mode. And in particular, I think that you guys are working on something that's still cooking, but it's very interesting and very spicy for those demons and those slayers trying to play at the top level, which might be competitive mode. Do you want to talk a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, basically, it's kind of like Battle Mode 2.0. You know, it'll add some kind of like, we didn't want to just slap what people would expect from a competitive mode onto our game. I think like the mode itself is unique, so the competitive experience should be unique.
Totally.
So there's a really cool streak system that's built around the performance borders. Some really interesting things that we have in store for the fans. We have a ranking.
How much
system.
how much
There'll be
battle mode have you played,
cosmetics
Dank
and
Memester? I've not done
rewards
much at all.
associated with it. It'll be seasonal.
I think I played
I
like
think it's going to be
one or
really,
two
really
rounds.
awesome.
That was
I
about
think
it.
It'll add something to battle mode that is really, really engaging, and we look forward to seeing how fans interact with it. That comes out as soon as possible. We're working hard on it, and no definite date yet, but we're making tremendous progress. We just had a great meeting today about the latest progress about it, and it's coming along nicely.
30 to 40 matches.
Super exciting. And I think everybody...
I think I did like one match, and then I was like,
understands
okay,
that
maybe
working
some
from
other
home
time.
is absolute madness. I can't imagine
Very
being
much
in the
a
office while
single-player
Ken
campaign guy
also
myself.
as well, even though we're not on the dev team, Jason and I are on the marketing team, and all of us being together in the office and being able to huddle, being able to sit in meetings, look at each other in the face. There it is. Look at each other in the face and actually get stuff done. It's a hell of a lot harder. So speaking of,
It doesn't work. We've tried that.
I know it doesn't work. Speaking of though, everybody is still, I think, waiting with bated breath in the
Explode
background. DLC is obviously what everyone is tuned in on, and as they should be, because it
Right.
looks absolutely incredible. And we're going to get to that in just one second.
Come on.
But the other piece that everyone is super curious about, I think, that I've seen a lot of people in chat mention for multiplayer is Invasion. And
Right.
Marty, if
I
you
was
want
just
to
gonna
kind
say.
of bring us up to what up with Invasion, because I know that stuff got super turned around with the work from home sitch.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, I have to give it to our team. Like we've got the best team ever. And
Invasion mode, I'll probably do
when
some
we-
streams
when we
of once
transitioned
it comes
to work
out.
from home, I was really skeptical. You know, you're literally moving all of our employees to home with multiple systems, multiple consoles. You know, trying to connect where you're normally connected in the office, super fast networks. You're connecting over home and VPN, and the IT team at Bethesda and ZeniMax is.
I'm hearing Invasion mode's probably coming out after DLC.
Well,
But we'll
but
see.
it's just, you know, it's tough because, as you said, you know, we literally, like, we have a testing pit that everybody jumps into and plays the game, talks. You're looking face to face with people,
Yeah.
having feedback. Programmers are sitting right on site. So I mean, it's a whole different ballgame when it comes to game development. I'm really glad the game was done before we went into this.
Oh my
situation.
gosh.
For
I
sure.
would not want to be
Oh, it
finishing the
came
game
out
right
like
now.
perfect timing
And
to have something to do
Yeah.
during
Oh, it
lockdown.
was crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to literally, like, we went home just a couple weeks before the game launched, and launched from home. So our war room, everybody was working from home, kind of 24/7 around launch. So it's been, it's been a wild adventure, and kudos to teams that have done it for forever. There's a lot of distributed dev teams that I have a ton of respect for that really just do it well. Frankly, they should have a whole track of
I don't know Crysis
panels at GDC or something.
I know what it is.
I'm sure all of us would be signed up for how do we work better from home. But that's a long way around saying it has been challenging, and we've had to make some choices here and there. DLC has been DLC 1 and 2 are our absolute top priority. Obviously supporting battle mode and the updates. Invasion has had to take a back seat, and really I don't see it probably getting attention. It'll get, it's actually made decent progress, but we've really had to shift some resources around, and it's one of the hardest things to do from home. You basically have programmers trying to run 3 instances of the game on one system, or have 3 systems that they can hook together to debug. So we're gonna kind of slow roll that one now into next year. I know that'll be disappointing for a lot of people, but
next year
we really want to get DLC done, which we do. Want to get everybody what they deserve in the year 1 pass. I know a lot of people have that. We're prioritizing that stuff ahead of it, and we'll pretty much everything we've talked about leading up to launch, be it new multiplayer maps. We released 1 new battle mode map, which was really awesome. I know fans really like that. New playable demons. Yeah, exactly. It's right behind you.
Torment just has 0. Just jump on the jump pad.
Yep.
Jump pads.
All right, I'm gonna hold on to something. Sorry.
Launch to crash your living room.
Next year.
All of the stuff that we've talked about, it's all still in development. It's just going slower. So,
I do wonder how much
I know they
would be out by now if they hadn't been locked down.
The dev team is just cranking as hard as they can. We're going to get DLC done and continue to work on those other things. You may see them come out, much later this year or rolling into the first part of next year.
Yeah, later than we wanted for sure. But we are definitely picking up steam. I would say, like, we're certainly getting adjusted, as Marty said, to working from home and getting all the computer set up in this branch and that branch, especially when, as Marty said, you have multiple efforts going on. There's DLC 1, DLC 2, main game, multiplayer. It's craziness. And any complications that would go on, which, as Travis, our back-end lead, would tell you, when the whole world is doing the same thing, so it's not like these systems aren't already stressed as it is.
Sure.
It was definitely an adjustment period, but it does feel like we're picking up. I think Marty would agree. We're really starting to hit our stride with this, and I think the DLC and the little teaser, we were anxious to reveal something to the fans. Obviously working on it, so the stuff is in development, but to get that teaser out, I think it gives people a taste of like the quality of content that we're making for fans. That is the deal, right? I think people have certain expectations if the name id is on the side of the box, and we want to meet those expectations, certainly for them, but also for ourselves. We are id fans. I came to id because I'm a fan of id games, so I want to make sure that everything we do here lives up to the name, and sure. I know that the fans want nothing less. So certainly busting our butts to make sure that all the content is everything it can be, and we're playing it right now. It's up on my monitor. Actually, I could go play DLC 1. I do. Yeah.
Ooh.
I do have to play DLC 1 when this is over. We have a play test, so the content is super fun, and yeah, it stinks that we don't get to bring things out all at the same time at quite the pace that we intended to. But obviously, a lot of things changed through the course of the pandemic. But we're excited. The content's going really well, and I think fans will love, as we said, competitive mode. The master level is really, really spectacular, and as is
you're just gonna have to start trying those levels.
Well, I think I speak for everyone in chat, for everyone at Quakecon. Like, you are in a safe space. This is Quakecon at home. Everyone loves you guys. We are so super excited. You take all the time you need to make anything with Doom Eternal, because what you've given us so far is the best. So
Worth the wait.
worth the wait. But speaking of patience, everyone in chat has been very patient for something I kind of spoiled in the beginning, but I'll just show you a little giveaway thing now because you guys have been very patient. I don't know. It might have been a thing I had in the bottom left, but anyways, here's the full screen so you can see it. So on this stream, in just a couple minutes, we are going to start this giveaway for this beautiful custom Xbox One X. Look at that. You can have a Slayer.
That thing looks awesome.
I know, the con maker in the back.
I think
ominous.
we should give that away to me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Marty, you heard it here first. Marty is entering in this, so good luck. Have fun, everybody in here. In just a minute, we are going to show you guys the hashtag and go ahead and
they mentioned the
like
DLC a little
in
bit.
the Twitch chat to get you that. So we will be doing that in just a minute. But before we do, I think it's time, guys, just to show, in case somebody missed it.
I've always got to call out like the amazing illustration.
Let me check out.
People like that. The illustration on top of that. That's an artist that did. One of our concept artists, Alex Palma.
I'll go back to
he is a badass. Oh my god! If you've liked any of our key art, our box art, that's all him. And I mean, it just looks beautiful there. So
Doom guy pops out of the console.
Awesome work, Alex, as always.
100%.
And don't go trying to contact him because he's happily.
I'm just going to open it on my phone. I guess I'll
He actually
enter.
doesn't have a phone.
I like it.
Or a computer.
The guy's completely offline. He's incredible. He's talented. He belongs to it because that's where his heart lives.
We keep him in solitary confinement and just say, we throw him tablets and say, draw.
All right, I'm going to let you guys watch for just a second.
Into, the inner workings of the deviant minds at id Software making this incredible experience.
I got to go make a pit stop. I'll be right back.
It is time. I'm going to mute us for just a second. So in case anyone missed
Wait a minute.
we can show them that beautiful tease that we showed earlier on the keynote for DLC 1, The Ancient Gods Part 1. Without further ado, here we go.
I already saw this.
You are here to restore order to my world. With the demons in control, you understand the threat they pose to all my creations.
Guess you do hashtag the ancient gods. Yeah, I did it.
So if you haven't already, August 27th, 2 p.m., mark your effing calendars. Opening night live with Jeff Keighley during Gamescom. You're going to see more of that. And we barely saw
I'll be right back.
Just a touch. And like, I think everyone's head is just spinning with ideas now. I know we can't get too crazy into talk about too
let's
much.
get crazy. I'll tell it all.
Oh, here it is.
Ask anything.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because Jason and I happened to pull some questions from both Discord, which shout out to our Discord. That's discord.gg/Doom. Some amazing moderators and the best fans in the world live there. Yeah. Also, our subreddit.
Oh, yeah.
Our subreddit. So we've pulled some powerful questions from both of these. Jason, do you want to kick it off with the first question coming straight from the community, going straight to the boys?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh,
is that cool?
That's great. That's excellent.
Okay, here we go. This is for, let me see, Mike Angel Para, Slayer's Club name.
Shout out.
So the game has been out for 4 months. Do you guys kind of reflect on that? Do you guys look at the game and have any critiques or lessons learned about Eternal just now that it's been out for a while?
You go, Marty.
Oh, before you answer that, I almost forgot. I'm going to put this in there now. Everybody in chat, you've been waiting. Boom, there it is. Nope, that's not it. That's the full thing. Wait for it. It's coming back.
Okay.
It's coming back. We're back.
Nope.
Boom, there it is. Hashtag the ancient gods. Spam that in chat for your chance to win this Xbox One X. I got so excited by the DLC. I lost my effing mind. I'm sorry. Great question again, Jason. What did you guys learn from the experience?
What is the question again?
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Do you have any lessons learned?
People are already wondering where the heck I went.
Game's been out for
Sorry, had to take a pit stop.
I would
you can say like it's fantastic.
Well, I'll be honest. Many lessons learned about post-launch development and updates, and that's it. You know, like I think it's great. I mean, there are only, as Marty said, lots of wins and a few lessons that we learned, and I think we're smarter for. You know, like I think we're working really well right now, and because we figured things out.
Yeah, I do wonder what more they could do. I do wish they had
say how much
some more
of an impact
reveals
the
for the
pandemic has on
DLC.
that. Of course, it's it's huge. So,
Absolutely.
but that would be the biggest probably personal lesson learned is just how to handle post-launch content, multiple streams of content being developed during a pandemic. Literally at times when I'm like trying to parent my kids with one hand while I'm doing stuff, and we're all in that situation. So that has been a great lessons have been learned. Lots of wisdom has been gained.
One hand is at the backhand.
Yeah, sometimes I don't.
You gotta just. All right, number 2 question coming from Phobos.
Well, wait, I'm curious. What's Marty? I want to hear Marty.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a good question.
Like, I'm going to be super generic and just say that like I mean, there's a million things.
I
mean,
do
like,
hope they're saving some more reveals for the end, but you never know.
You know, conversations Hugo and I have already about, you know, future stuff are shaped by how people have played Doom Eternal and the way they talk about it, and nobody's more in touch and in tune with than the reviews and the YouTubers and everything than Hugo. I'm right behind. I can't claim to be quite as dialed in, but it's hard to keep up. But I mean, I think from a gameplay perspective, a game design perspective, reaching an audience perspective, I mean, like there's just hundreds of things. And then from a development perspective, my God,
yeah.
I mean, we have volumes of post-mortem feedback from the team that just literally we can't wait to dive into.
Madame Khalil, how's it going?
It'll allow
You're welcome,
us to make
sir.
games better, faster, at a higher quality.
Feel free to comment your thoughts.
Ultimately, that's what
I'm
we
mostly
want.
listening
We
myself,
want to be able
but
to bring fans amazing
no
content,
profound reveals at this point. Other than it sounds like
as fast as possible.
Invasion mode is probably going to wait till next year, which is a bummer.
Tools to do it. So
It's not
that
a lot
is
of
literally mostly my job is trying to, trying to work through all of the lessons learned and figure out what to do moving forward. So
it's not a lot of patting on the back. God, we're awesome. There is certainly you read the reviews, the good ones, because it's confirming theories or like, did this work? Did this didn't work? It's a lot of focusing on the negatives. I mean, there's a sick pleasure in that. That is I'm definitely guilty of that. If you ask me about anything that I ever worked on, I'll just tell you everything that's wrong with it. So I certainly
You're such an artist,
see,
Hugo. You're such an artist. That's how it is.
Yeah, we all are. I just see the flaws, and what's exciting is we haven't made our best Doom game. That's I'm raring to go.
Those are bold words. Those are bold words.
There's no question. I don't want to sound boastful. It's you ain't seen nothing yet. That's for sure.
Cue the song.
And we're excited to just keep, even with the DLCs. I mean, there's just like, oof, man, there's so many things that like we feel like we're getting a better handle on, and it's just ongoing. Look, I think for any creative person, any team, any member of the team, the second that you feel like you got it all figured out, it's when you're done, right? I mean, anytime you kick your feet up on the table and say we got this, like that's the drive to go to work every day, is that pursuit of excellence that you can never quite attain. But
any guesses for what the third Doom game's name's going to be?
For the rest,
I've heard Doom Inferno was
that's
a possibility.
It's intoxicating. It's infectious. It's
just guesses, obviously, but
and that's what it's all about. So it's been really fun, and a little sick as you like dig through it. Look at this. Look at what this person just said about our game. Let's remember him.
And you're like, oh no, he doesn't like this. What do we fix it? What do we do?
Yes,
Doom Nukem forever.
Exactly. I love it.
Yeah, wrong answers only. Wrong answers only.
Big shout out to question number 2. This is coming from Phobos Dis, who is none other than Zeus, who actually got his amazing fan art in the game. In the
Zeus is amazing.
Yeah, he's got his 2016 Praetor armor suit,
Doom Nukem
Slayer holding Daisy in the most gorgeous of oils of paintings. So the question from Phobos this is as follows from the Slayers Club. Eternal introduces many Crucible-like weapons, such as the Marauder's Axe, the Atlan, and Sentinel Spears. but not as much is known about them. So the question is, are these weapons similar in power to the Slayer's Crucible and the Demonic Crucible? And if not, what makes those weapons so different?
So it's the Sentinel weapon. Say that again. So it's the Sentinel weapons.
So he's basically saying, like, you've got Crucible-like weapons, which is like, Marauder Axe, Atlan, Sentinel Spears. We don't know much about them. Basically, are they similar in power to specifically the Crucible or the Demonic Crucible? Like, is the power level of, like, let's say the Marauder's Axe and the Slayer's Crucible that he's carrying, or the Demonic one, like, are they equal in power? Or is it like, because they have those similar touches, right? You see, like, the runes on them. They've got the red glow. Like, he's kind of just trying to do power levels on it.
And they're made of different energy sources. That's a good question. And I'm glad that we spend the time to work out this nerd fiction, which is also another endlessly satisfying and obsessive
Doom
part of the
damnation
job that is really fun to dive into. Because you do have to work this stuff out. You have to believe it. That's the whole thing. Like, and if you believe it, then you could make content around it, and other people will believe it, if they want to.
Yeah.
So Argent energy is made out of Sentinel energy, which is the roots of Sentinel energy is Wraith energy for all the nerd fans out there who follow this stuff.
He's really answering questions here.
The tinfoil hats
the
are
Wraiths.
getting put on immediately. Go ahead. Sorry. This is great.
And it is combined. So it's Wraith, Sentinel energy, which at its core is really Wraith energy.
Okay.
Right. I remember that.
Combined with Hell energy to make Argent. And that's obviously what the makers got involved with everything in the first place, because when they discovered the power of Hell energy, they kind of used the Sentinel people to harvest it. And we all know that, it's
fall
made
out
out
of the
the
Slayer,
souls
losing
of
the
demons
respect
and
of the
things.
Sentinels.
Look, if anybody didn't read the lore, I'm basically...
I feel like that's already going to be breaking into the DLC.
Thank you.
The Cliff Notes, the Hugo's Notes version.
This is good. Yeah.
So if it's blue,
$3.99.
So if it's bluish green,
okay,
it is in part pure Sentinel Wraith energy. If it is red, it is Argent. That means it has either been already mixed together, or it has Hell energy in it, or if it's pure red, it is Hell energy. So
I feel like that's already going to be an inevitable impact after the second one. It's probably going to be shown off a little bit in the DLC.
Than the other, I think. It's kind of like in a fictional universe. You don't want to ever say that adamantium is any better than vibranium, right? Is Wolverine's adamantium claws stronger or weaker than Captain America's vibranium shield? Well, we could have a nerd battle right now, and I don't think we're ever going to figure that out. Although I am still pissed off when Thanos broke fucking Captain America's shield. When that happened, I was like, are you kidding me?
You're
have it knock out of his hands or something. But you just smashed it. What the hell is that? Which I was the nerd in me was like, well, what the hell is his blade made out of?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
So if there was a clash of swords and who would win?
Yeah.
I'm not going to make the same mistake that Marvel did and say, well, one of them is going to break. They're not. Neither of them are going to break because they're both awesome.
Lessons learned.
Lessons learned. Yes, because that would be like if Obi-Wan and Darth Maul fought and Obi-Wan broke Darth Maul, lightsaber, the actual blade. Yeah. He did break it in half, but break the actual blade, that would be absurd. So, they have equal power levels, and they come from different places. Now, it's worth mentioning that. Yeah. Because my hand gets super close.
There it is.
It's worth mentioning that because in the DLCs and where the Doom universe will go in the DLCs and could go in the future, certainly we'll dive into even greater detail of where these energy sources come from, the Wraith energy, the Sentinel, the history of these things, and how these different energy sources are combined together to create weapons and whatnot. It's definitely an important fiction. So good question.
I think Hugo's losing it?
I know you
come on.
about this stuff just like I do.
Not losing it.
It's a really good answer. I felt like I should have been whiteboarding this.
Oh, I got it right here.
Right. Okay, there's Wraith energy.
I had the whole codex printed.
It's almost like we've spent 7 years.
This is how much they wrote inside of Doom Eternal.
We asked about it. We're super excited.
You're like,
oh, you want to
thank
know?
you so much. All right,
I still got to read it all the way through.
I love it.
I have a question from Invaders, 2Zs. Will we ever find out what happened in between Doom 2016's ending and the beginning of Doom Eternal? We have plenty of time. If you want to spend the next couple of hours just filling us in on the gaps, feel free. We'll sit here and
come on.
So yes. How exactly TBD? Here's the honest answer. Because people are like, oh, we should have a prequel DLC of what happened, but that sounds awesome. Absolutely. The problem is the weapons that you would get. The logistics of making a weapon in a video game is like many, many months. You can't just like make a weapon.
Yeah.
Like, so we couldn't give him weapons from that time period. That would be like, just, why does he have the ballista at that point? Or why does he have the super shotgun from Sentinel War? If it's before he actually got it, okay, we're not going to go make like a whole pile of new weapons just for like a single episode. That would be an obscene amount of work. So
it'd be nuts.
You never
I
knew it
do want to
existed.
address
Well,
it,
it exists
though,
in the
because there is a
game. This
story
is just, I just
And
compiled it.
We're thinking about doing it in the form of like maybe codex entries or like a comic book that you would pick up.
Ooh.
Something that would give fans. I would even consider just like illustrating the story as an exclusive for the Slayers Club or something like because I do want to tell that story. Just ultimately due to the constraints of video game development. To be honest, we could certainly make cutscenes that reference it, but oftentimes, again, in a video game that prides itself on action and gameplay first, we have to be super conservative about what we spend our time on with story. So it's not a lot of room in the budget to cover that stuff. But there is a reason, ultimately. I mean, part of it too is just like I like that people theorize. I don't disagree that we should explain what happened. So we will. But a lot of the reason why Doom Eternal started the way it did was just to kind of like get it going. Yeah, stuff happened. He escaped. There's a problem. He begins again. When Samuel Hayden told him when we meet again, and he ignites the sword at the end of Doom 2016. What he is implying there is he knows that the Slayer can't be contained. I mean, wherever he's sending him, it won't last. So he knows he'll see him again. Unfortunately, Samuel got messed up before they met again.
The follow-up question I would ask is, that's fine. Reveal it however you want.
You'll confront him again,
but
in like DLC or
is
something.
the story of how he escaped in your head right now?
In something, maybe at some point.
Hugo.
In the future. Interesting.
That's the question I have.
Okay.
Do you know how?
Okay, cool.
Or would you write it still? Is it still kind of
All right,
nebulous in your mind?
Yeah. So shout out to Salty Cow, who has been on Friday Night Fights.
Yes.
Put up a great fight with Frost as two demons, as the demon duo. So the question from Salty Cow from the Slayers Club is the following. In the art of Doom Eternal, which was an amazing art book because you guys have the sickest artists in the business. I would look at it if it had nothing to do with video games or literally anything else at all. It is gorgeous. So the question is, in the art of Doom Eternal, we see a page dedicated to, I knew I was going to get this one because I was like, here we go on pronunciation. Dedicated, thank you. It's like you can read my mind. Dedicated to Irvis, an enormous reddish immortal archdemon claiming dominion over the innermost circles of hell. Will this Urbis archdemon be explored in the future of Doom?
So the leader of hell will absolutely. I want to look. We should make this panel worth your time, right? Instead of like, so a couple of nuggets. It's exciting to give this stuff away a little, and it's not spoiling.
Okay.
Well, it is spoiler, but
of course it is.
So
Spoilers.
I know.
All right, Dank.
You will definitely see who is the leader of hell. At some point, we will go into that for sure. I mean, you've heard his voice, and we started this in 2016. Like this story, and I'm a big pop culture nerd and fan of George Lucas and stuff, and I think there's a thread there that he started with like the Emperor that he would continue through the different stories, and certainly we've already hinted at who that person is, and so I think as the DLCs look to be somewhat of the Return of the Jedi Part 1 and 2 of what started in 2016. If 2016 is our Star Wars, the DLC 1 and 2 is our Return of the Jedi, and
really?
We get to kind of like the conclusion of the story that began in 2016. And so I think you got
really the DLC is that, not the third Doom.
Now, whether it's the specifics of Erebus, I think is what he's referring to, or some of the fiction that's in the book. There are many leaders of hell, and certainly hell has like a hierarchy and a history there that is very deep. So it's not to say that there is only one person, but certainly you are going to meet the person who you have been kind of hinted at since 2016, for sure.
That guy.
Well. I know. Salty Cow is like, that's all I needed. He's like, I'm pre-ordering it for all my friends. Everyone's getting DLCs.
Yes.
Did I hit the button to just delete?
He already has it. I'm sure he's already got
Oh, Salty's
year
got
one
it for sure.
Yeah, like he had it day one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that people, it's funny when we would watch like lore videos from even after Doom 2016 of people guessing just the future, and they'll take one little thing, and then sometimes they're right about what they see happening. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I know Midnight's
Oh,
out there
it's
somewhere,
awesome.
right? Neto's going, there's more. These theories are being confirmed as we speak.
Oh, that's 5 videos right there.
Yeah,
I know.
totally.
Neto's
Question
pretty
from
good.
I mean, people
guesses
do
everything
always
good.
ask.
Yeah.
People always ask, will you ever touch on this? And like, I mean, as Hugo said, there's so much there. There's literally, I mean, we could do easily probably 10 games worth of stuff that is just kind of like threads off of what has already been established,
Totally.
And so it always comes down to it's less about like, well, do we have
Fix
do we
your
have the
internet,
ideas and
Marty.
more about like, my goodness, we can't do everything to satisfy every every question. So which is a great problem to have.
Yeah,
We
true.
can try.
We will try for sure.
We're gonna do a couple.
He is the nerd
We
Bible
need
writer,
2
so
at least, right?
Yeah, I have to. From
It's an awesome
Taste-
universe.
Yeah.
From Tasty What, we have what's the team's favorite Easter egg in Doom Eternal?
Ooh.
Has the community found all the ones yet that have been planted? We actually have a stream tomorrow where we're going to go over a lot of the Easter eggs with the.
that's always a
UK
question
team.
I want to ask
I didn't
creators
know
is,
about half of them. Like,
did
I
we
haven't
find
found
all
half
of them?
the ones they found, which were actually awesome. But do you guys have a favorite that just is in the game you've seen people discover, or something maybe they haven't yet?
What do you think, Mike?
I actually I don't know of a lot of things that people haven't found. I mean, the community is really, really good at finding this stuff. So I haven't seen something where it's just like, oh, they haven't found that. I love a lot of things. I love that Daisy is included in the game. Kind of hidden throughout. And if you didn't know, Daisy is in every single level, just hard to find, which is amazing. And then I think the man cave in the Fortress of Doom is just it's epic. There's like, I don't know, 200 Easter eggs just in the Fortress of Doom, whether it's the book titles or the magazines, or I mean, like, we've just the creativity of the team in coming up with that stuff. John Lane came up with a lot of that stuff, and that team is just
They're like comedians.
They're there. It's crazy, and these are generally like fairly quiet, quiet people who just and then they erupt in. It's like the cosmetics, like you would never realize the comedy power of some of the concept artists when they come up with magazines, books, and cosmetics. So I love that stuff. And you mentioned the oil. I think that's less of an Easter egg. I mean, it's right there, but it's cool to include stuff from the community too.
Zeus is a tremendous artist. He should continue to paint. I tell him that every time I see him.
100%.
He's only at the beginning of his career, but from one artist to the next, he's got to keep going because he's really
absolutely.
good.
You hear that, Zeus?
He gave us that oil. He's given us several.
Yeah, it's
of
cool when
his
Hugo Martin
actual
pages through like his art
original
books where he's
oils.
drawing stuff. I mean, he's
That
like,
one, the Spider Mastermind.
Yeah.
it's like sometimes it seems like he's
I think
just a
there's one other.
spokesman. You
And-
don't
and
always
it's
know what his
hanging on the-
exact
hanging on the
tasks
wall
are.
at id. So
Damn.
it's,
You know,
it's
in the-
awesome.
So it's almost like he's already
In
at
id Software, but then you see him
He's
draw,
just
you're like,
doing the rest of the
ah,
stuff.
I
He's
see.
close.
Yeah. Well, he
He's
did the
close.
shirts.
Massive concept artist.
The animal.
Ethan, how we doing?
Huge
Yeah, we're
shout
just
out
watching
to
the id Software
dog,
panel
the Keen, and the cat co-demon. Did I do
at
it, Jason? Am I
Quakecon
good?
online
Are
here.
we okay?
Yes, you did.
Catodemon, but you know what? Very close.
Okay.
Very close.
Yeah.
Giving-
huge shout out to
getting little
Zeus,
nuggets
for
about Doom
doing
Eternal.
Incredible art on those shirts that I think the entire QuakeCon community and Doom community and Skyrim community and Bethesda community at large is super appreciative of. And so is Dallas Pets Alive, of course, because all the proceeds go to Dallas Pets Alive, an amazing organization. But we have a couple more questions here. This one is from Dinia. I'm going to go with that. Slayers Club. Huge shout out to Slayers Club. The question is as follows. were there any inspirations behind the vastly expanded lore of Doom 2016 and Eternal? Because again, we're coming from Doom, Doom 2, Doom 3. Doom 3 had some PDAs. They were basically just a lot of backstory of characters in the world without really having to do with the main character. But now the Slayer and the
Well, they did
world,
say
like you guys were talking about,
Invasion
there's
is
so many
probably going to be a
questions to answer.
while.
So was
They're
there
really
any,
prioritizing
like,
DLC.
was there any inspiration
So, like,
behind why that choice happened?
Said
to
Invasion
put
is
it
probably
out
going to be
that way?
next year.
I mean, we think that if you're going to build anything that engaging, it's all about engagement, right? You want everywhere you turn within Doom, there's layers to uncover, to peel back, you know, whether it's the combat system and yeah, on the surface it's just run and gun and shoot demons with shotguns, but it's a bit more, you know what I mean? Like, and as you turn up the difficulties, you start to see that there's more nuance to it, you know, for sure. So there's nowhere you turn it should be shallow, you know, otherwise you'll just bounce right off of it after a few entertaining hours, I guess. So the fiction that we kind of wrap everything around should be just as engaging, you know. So it's there if you want it, and certainly as you dig deeper and deeper into it, everything has meaning. I mean, and I just think the inspiration that's just good brand building. You know, I think good IPs. Marty and I talk about this all the time. You know, they have to have like a history to them. If you know, just look at any of our favorite brands. I mean,
Yeah.
Excalibur. Excalibur is not just a sword. Excalibur is it's in a lake, and there's a girl holding it, and there's a history, and somebody else had it, and it was this guy, and Merlin did this thing, and you know, like, and that's amazing. I mean, Lord of the Rings. You know, the sword that cut the thing that the guy held once before, but his father, and it's like
I
you know,
love
it
these
just goes on.
explanations. I want all
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Hugo's clips in the notes. I want to read all the
Welcome back,
spoilers this
Assassin
way.
Shark.
Sorry, go ahead. Keep
But
going.
that's what I want. You know, that's what I want in my.
Am I
in
going to
my
watch
pop
ONL?
culture content.
Well, I'll
You
at
know,
least
I want
watch
to
the
have depth.
new
And I
trailer
get
reveal.
disappointed when something is just, well, it's just a sword. You know, you're like, what? Well, what else? What is it made of? Who made it? Is he important? You know, like, and so we just love diving into that stuff. And I have to say the team really gets into it. You know, I love challenging them with like, okay, there's this thing that's got a gem in it. That gem's got to come from somebody. Somebody make up some awesome fiction, and people will just, well, this gem was made by the wizard who was born as his uncle to the Slayer's. I'm like, that's great. Let's go in the game. You know, like, and everything's got to have that certain amount of you know, nerd enthusiasm behind it and depth, so that way fans are rewarded for digging into things. The only hard part is keeping it all together. Definitely need like, and we are definitely well overdue for a Doom Bible.
I know
Like right now,
you've got the last name Martin, and there's a George Martin that I feel like has a very similar
Yes.
conundrum that you have right now. Of who have I killed, and who the hell were they related to?
Yep,
And
George
someone
Martin.
write
Yeah,
this
we're-
stuff down.
we Kirsten at the office, she's I think we have to re-engage her with like, we're gonna need your help to get this stuff all together, but just documented. But because man, whenever we bring on a writer, we just brought on a writer recently, and I mean, I could see his eyes glass over after an hour. So I'm like, so then the Crucible was, but that's not Argent Energy. Argent Energy is Hell Energy. The Slayer, Samuel, but he's a robot. But is he? I don't know. Like, you know.
But is he?
And okay, you ready to write stuff?
He's like, wait a minute. Let me get a nice coffee. But
It's like, this really needs to be in like a book so we could just give it to somebody. But yeah, so it's mostly.
I really would love to see
add
like a big
depth to the experience, because it's what
Doom
we think
encyclopedia
good pop
kind of
culture
thing.
Content should have.
I would
It's what
buy
we
that.
like, and we certainly want Doom to be as engaging as possible, and it's just fun. I mean, it actually also really helps drive. There's just part of the creative process that you really have to dive into. If you have to believe in what you're making, you know what I mean. If I really nerd out about something, you know, and to every detail, and like what power cell, what sort of
He's
fuel
like,
source
yep,
does it
yep.
use, and how does it expel the energy, and what is this thing if I'm designing a weapon or something?
Yeah.
The more I believe in it,
Marty.
the better it'll be designed. You know, it's definitely just geeking out and diving deep into your imagination and rolling around in it, and the end result will be better. It will be if you've designed something just on the surface alone, like, well, what is it? It's a sword. I don't know. Looks cool.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That's not going to be that great. But if there's a kid next to you who knows who made the sword, what kind of metal it was made out of, was
Right.
it made on an anvil? That sword's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, so
Totally.
everything about Doom is made that way.
love
Because
that.
it's a good way to make things
It
that
is.
don't exist and are completely imaginary.
it also engages players in a totally different level. I mean, like you said, we love watching videos and Neto or whoever doing the analysis videos of that stuff.
Yeah.
When you have layers to your players and to their understanding of the world,
it's hard not to agree with Hugo, isn't it?
Because you do have players who just want to blow shit up, and that's totally cool in a Doom game. But then that one little thing will like, well, where does this come from? And like there's an explosion of information online or in YouTube videos or whatever it is. It is just, I mean, it makes it all feel much more real and live and rich and depth.
Peter, it affects the design of the game too. Like Peter Sobel, our lead gameplay and player mechanics designer, he
I feel like as soon as Marty really started becoming a central, or not Marty,
and
Hugo.
So, like when he makes a weapon, I don't want to say.
As soon as Hugo really became a central voice, a lot of Doom fans were just like, "Thank you for hiring this man. He like gets what Doom needs to be."
So I know he's really good at. He's a big lore nerd, and
love it.
The fiction that he comes up with absolutely influences the design, unquestionably.
That's awesome.
So it's just fun.
I love it. So speaking of all these amazing people, we've got a lot of them in chat, and I'm going to do a quick blitzkrieg as fast as I can to do all these shout outs to the people that have done some amazing donations. Number 10 Rex, I see you, I love you. One of the Spicy Demons Discord legends, the guy runs the damn thing with Dude Hell Yeah. He donated $10 to the Trevor Project. He says, from everyone at Spicy Demons and myself, we love you all. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Dude Hell Yeah. It's like they're all here together. Dude Hell Yeah donates $10 to UNICEF and says, we do it for community, far and wide, all the love, and then a little heart, which is the 3 in the thing. So bless, love you for that. Zypher, NAACP, he put $20 towards that. Nothing needed to be said. Just donating to a great cause. No more talking Doom Guy, please. Great username. Direct Relief, $5. I appreciate that.
No more talking Doom Guy.
Mistaken Zombie. Phenomenal name. That's $20 going
towards
the
that.
NAACP, who says, keep up the awesome work, y'all. And I appreciate where you put the apostrophe in y'all. You are from the South, and if you're not, you might as well be, because we love you and we accept you. Next one is Direct Relief, $1. The hashtag, it's just the username is hashtag the ancient gods. They're trying to get that Xbox One down there any way they can. You got noticed. We see you, senpai. We love you. Thank you for being here. This one's apparently the username is real my name here. Hard to understand, hard to read, but not hard to understand that you put $20 towards Direct Relief, which we really appreciate. And last but not least, 3 more. This is coming from Moon Maroon. Shout out to New Classic and all the boys there. He gave $5 towards Direct Relief, and he says, love you guys. Hey, Kyle, it's just like everybody from Friday Night Fights Battle Mode is coming out of the woodwork. $20 towards Direct Relief and his messages involved. Might be a personal
He is
one.
involved.
There you go.
Hey, Kyle's a juicer.
He's a total juicer. Guy's a juice head.
He's a total juicer.
Doesn't even use a HUD. Doesn't even need it. Can just see in his mind's
Doesn't
eye.
need it.
And last but definitely not least, username Skull Tape gave $20 to Direct Relief, and he says, help others, help others. I love that. That is a nice cap to a bunch of amazing people doing donations. But speaking of, it is time for us to, I think, get this whole giveaway thing together. So,
you want to pick a winner?
I think we should pick a winner. Let me see if we're ready. I have to
so you got to donate to
message
get the
man
console.
in the chair, who is none other than our boy Jitsu, somewhere in a remote place, hitting all the buttons. We're looking for a winner of this, the Ancient Gods hashtag, which of course, again, part 1.
Oh, they're picking a
When's
hashtag.
it coming out?
So it could be me. I did do the hashtag.
Tune in to the games live. You might have to tune in to where we sent you in that teaser, because there is going to be more, and maybe the release date will be in there. Who knows? It's coming up at the end of this
Opening
month.
Night Live, August 27th.
So.
It's not. It's
Oh, so
soon.
it sounds like.
It is. Yeah, we're just weeks away from the date.
Yeah.
All
Wait,
right.
what?
So if you're ready, drum roll in chat. Hashtags
So it is.
popping off.
So they are
spam
going
it
to
all.
reveal the release
The
date.
winner, which I love,
On the
is
27th.
Marx Dio. That's MARX Dio. I'm guessing it's a JoJo's reference. I don't want to assume, but you are the
That's
winner.
awesome.
Congratulations.
Not
we will be
me.
sending you a DM. Keep your Twitter DMs and your whispers
Congrats.
open. Huge congrats.
By
Yeah.
the way, we should note, don't be upset if you didn't win, because we also have a PlayStation 4 Pro, same exact design, on the Doom Twitter right now. So go to twitter.com/Doom. You can still enter for a chance to win that console as well. So yeah, don't be
JoJo
upset if you
references.
didn't get it this time.
Exactly. You know what you should be is the user Good Boy, who just donated $100 to Trevor Project. Thank you so much, Good Boy.
Yeah.
You are indeed the goodiest boy, for sure. Okay, we are coming to a close, which feels like we literally just got here and we started geeking out about wanting to be with all of you at Quakecon, but just some final thank yous and goodbyes.
Okay. Say a couple
Hugo,
things at the end.
Any last words? I'm going to start with you to all the fans out there of Doom Eternal. What do you got?
Yeah, I just think it was wrong that Captain America's shield broke. I don't think that was.
We'll not let it go.
The moral of the Doom Eternal.
It annoys the shit out of me. It does. But I only say that because I was just watching that. No, I think it's
Imagine
it's
how passionate he gets about stuff that happens in our game. Jesus.
Exactly.
He's like, take it out.
No,
there's no way.
we couldn't be happier with the fans that we have. I mean, we're so fortunate to have the fans that we have. You see them show up. I know most of the people in there, from Dude Hell Yeah to Zero Rex to Hey Kyle. I talk to them all the time, all the guys over at Spicy Demons and Bite Me and his Discord and all, Neto, certainly Midnight. I mean, we've got some amazing fans who certainly
Midnight. I watch Midnight.
just put on a
He's actually
display
responded
of
to me
skill and
on
mastery,
Twitch.
over our game, and that was exactly what we made it for. Like when I watch these guys put on a show, and just, I mean, the stuff that
Naito actually took a quote that I put into the Doom Facebook group, and he put it in one of his videos. And I was like, "What the heck? I just said that today." And then I got on Twitch. I'm like, "Hey, dude, you quoted me."
Look at each other like,
he's like, "Yeah."
Like I didn't even know you could do that with the meat hunt. That's amazing. Yeah, we're just so pleased and so fortunate to have the fans that we do. And honestly, especially in the post-launch and honestly through the pandemic, they have been extremely become critical, honestly, to the process, I think, for us, without question. So thank you to all of you so much.
100%. Before I pass it to you, Marty, I have to read a couple more donations. They're coming in hot. Rebel Duck to Direct Relief. No, not true. Not true, Marty. We're going to get to you, and I want to hear it, and I'm going to download it on my PC after this is over. But Rebel Duck says, let's bring the world together through gaming. Beautiful sentiment. Let's do that. Solar FM from UNICEF donating $10 says, love you guys. Hope development is going well. Shout outs to IRB. Whalezilla, great name, donated $1 to the NAACP, and he says, Doom 64 skin when? That sounds like an open question that might need an answer. But before we do that, I'm going to do the last one before I pass it to Marty, because it's kind of a little personal note for Marty. This is coming from Freak. He donated $20 to Direct Relief. He says, miss you guys. Can't wait for DLC and Invasion. At Marty. Still working on that letter. It's the size of a manifesto. Meow.
So is anybody going to stick around for a raid after this? Might do a quick one. Who knows?
All right. So Marty, parting words for all these beauties that are here with us tonight at Quakecon at home. What would you like to say?
All right, Assassin Shark.
My goodness. I mean, like Hugo said, just can't say thanks enough to the fans. He covered it really well, so I will just echo his thanks. But also, take the opportunity, and we always get to do this when we're live and in person. But thank the team. If I could ask them all to stand up right now in their living rooms, they would, or in their offices if they're watching. I mentioned it before. It is the most motivating event ever. Whether it's when we get to show something off, or just walking around, or sitting in the BYOC and playing, or whatever it is. It's amazing. There is just not an event like it in the world. And there's other events kind of like it, but just in the way that the developers and the community and the fans just get to sit side by side and play games and hang out and talk, and there's nothing like it. I feel sorry for all of our new employees that we've hired over the last year, because
I know.
It is a life-changing experience for a new IT employee to sit in the audience at QuakeCon and hear the roar of the audience. So we're going to have to come back next year bigger, bolder, and really make up for 2 years. So thank you to everybody on the id team, and the work you're doing is great, and I think fans are gonna really.
Who's just killing it,
with
Marty? I mean, when we saw that DLC content as coming out, it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
It's amazing. Yep.
Like the environments, the art team, everybody, the level, like
Yeah.
just the whole team. The content that they're making is unbelievable.
He's always been good at
It's really
pumping up a game. I'll
Couldn't
tell
be
you.
prouder of the way they're working and how hard they're working. And then I always have to say thank you to the volunteers of Quakecon, because whether it's online or in person, literally the event does not happen without the amazing volunteer community. And I know this year has changed significantly for all of them, but they are no less important, no less loved, no less appreciated. And I mean, truly, like, I can't wait to see everybody again next year. I miss them all, but thank you so much. It happens because of you. So really, really appreciate it on behalf of everybody at id and Bethesda, I'm sure.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, LineCon was already happening. Like, the Quakecon Discord never got the memo that it's at home. Just kidding, they did, because they did all of it virtually. LineCon was incredible. I've never seen Discord like that. It was just everything was full. There was just like sounds and animals, and it was just nothing but like pandemonium and fun, which is exactly what the celebration of Quakecon should be. Jason, final words. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Final words from this beautiful crowd that we have with us tonight about Quakecon at home. Some parting words.
I mean, again, like it is really just about being there with the people, and it's not even just the fans as well. It's like being there with id. We work in Maryland, so we don't get to go down there and see the id staff, Marty and Hugo, and everyone who works so hard. So it's like, it's
really fascinating if
it
it got big enough to be its own thing again and not be under Bethesda.
It's a great time to connect.
I wonder if they would ever even think about that.
But then also just being with all the fans.
I mean, they seem to have a good relationship, even though Bethesda gets a lot of hate these days.
We're so lucky that we've been able to do this and be in Discord all weekend long and all the time and chatting.
The hardcore Bethesda haters would love to see id Software be independent again.
Next year we got to do it.
We got to go wild.
Kick this virus's butt.
We'll be back. We'll go to the truck yard, have some cheesesteak and beer.
Ooh, I
miss it.
Starving now. That is such a good idea. Let's go.
My favorite thing. I do have to ask one question, because the chat's been asking it. I want to just make sure we address it. A lot of questions just about the Nintendo Switch version. Obviously, we had talked about the working from home stuff causing some extra time to be needed, but definitely still something coming down the road, right?
Oh, absolutely. We are, again, I can't say enough about our partner on that, Panic Button. Just a tremendous developer. If you had Doom 2016 on the Switch, you know how talented they are to bring a game like Doom to the Switch. So they are jamming. They are also working from home, and we are really, really close. So I can't say specifically a date. We'll be announcing that in the near future, but it's really, really close, and Panic Button is always
glad I'm
a tremendous job.
A PC player for Doom.
Have no fear. You're going to get Doom Eternal on the Switch, and it's going to be great.
Awesome. Yeah, they're fantastic. So
yeah,
I think people are very excited.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And that excitement is almost turning to something else, but then they have to sit back and realize, don't hit the panic button. You have the best porters of anything on the Switch. Look at their track record. It's incredible. You will be getting
I can't believe
Doom Eternal. I know, right?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you look at everything they've done, you're like, those are all the biggest games that I would love to play on Switch. They did them all. And they did them flawlessly.
And did you mean to say don't hit the panic button?
Yeah. Is that
not
what I said? That's what I said, right? Okay.
No, I mean, it's great. It was like a great little play on.
I was just thinking that.
I pat myself on the. Oh shit! The jump pad. Almost. But thank you.
Can I say one more thing?
Oh please, yeah, absolutely.
I have to say one more thing.
I
just want to say thank you I got this Elgato mic. It's a Wave 3. They sent it to me to use for the stream, so I just want to give a shout out to them. I sound very crystal clear.
The guy
I'm going to do
sounds-
ASMR videos after this.
I'm gonna subscribe.
Quakecon ASMR.
It's going to be fun. And
be
we're
on
in the
stream.
BYO.
Absolutely.
Things are going well. Yeah, we'll try it out after this, but thank you, Elgato.
Absolutely. Huge shout out to Vanessa and everybody at Elgato. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is QuakeCon at home, so this is not just like thanks for tuning in, see you later. There is so much more content. We're only on Friday. We're going until Sunday. There is
Day one.
This is
This is
day
the
one.
last
There's
thing
an
for the
insane
day.
amount of content still coming your way, and definitely.
This is the only one I'll be streaming, though. It's all I care about personally.
Again, go back and make some more popcorn. Order the pizza. Hopefully they're still open. Like, get it together because Matt Hafey from Trivium, a band you might have heard of, sort of crazy popular. Thank you, Roadrunner Records, is up next. He's going to be playing some Doom Eternal, and there might even be some surprises. Spoilers. I won't be telling you. Jason won't be telling you. Hugo, Marty, I can't point to anyone anytime because it's too hard on cameras. But also after that, Roxy, Surf Chick, huge, great supporter of ours from A Million to Years, is going to be doing some achievement stuff in Doom Eternal.
Stick around, people. Right after this, we'll probably do a quick raid.
I don't know how to talk to people on the internet that aren't
There's
watching
4 of
TV
you here,
because
if
you always
you're up
think
for
it's
it.
TV, but just stay comfortable, stay relaxed. You're
That'll
in a
about
safe
do it for me,
space.
sir.
We're
I'm
glad
good.
you're here. We love you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Hugo. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Jason. This has been nothing but an absolute blast. Let's keep the party going. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, so there's that. So I'll turn off the window there for the moment. So yeah, it looks like I couldn't quite understand what they said, but I think they said they're going to be at least revealing the release date when the trailer comes out on the 27th. I think because they said like the release date is weeks away. I don't know if they meant the game release was weeks away or the revealing of the date was weeks away. But at the very least, it sounds like we're going to hear when the DLC is coming out on the 27th. So we will look forward to that. So looks like a few of you are still here. So yeah, we're going to do a quick YouTube raid. We'll see what's going on here. See who's streaming at the moment. Got a few people. Definitely got a few people I follow who are on. What do we got here? Unbound Sanity Gaming. He's only got 12 subs. Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, I watched something with him. Pixel Advance is on. Nice. We got 3 watching. Boom, boom, boom. Stream is pitch black. Yeah, I know. I turned that off. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. I'll turn it on once I pick somebody here. Nintendo Sense as playing Animal Crossing. Nintendo is Fortnite. Pixel Advance looks promising. Let me take a peek.
And we're currently
All right. It's only got 2 watching, so let me see here.
listening to listening about the
All right, so we'll raid this guy.
Or was it the Meow Meow?
Looks like he needs
Empire
some
or
likes.
something?
He's only got
And we're having a battle.
He's got somebody a like and a dislike,
Invictus
so we got to show him some love
Carl
here.
and,
All right,
yeah, also
so
Invictus is in the,
there's the
is in
link.
fan fiction
Jump in and
where
say
it exists.
Crossplay
Invictus,
Gaming.
Carl, and I don't know, Omega's.
I don't know,
like,
Crossplay
Omega's servants
Raid.
attacked their ship or whatever, and now we're fighting.
So here we go.
10 days earlier, we're in a battle against the cat.
There we go.
people. Or just regular cats. I don't actually know who these Meow Meow people are. They're like anthropomorphic.
Jumped up to 5.
furry
Nice.
cats
Yeah, give him a
or
like.
just,
Somebody gave a dislike, so we got to
actual cats.
overwhelm that.
So, you know. And then we have this. We got Crossplay Raid.
Again.
Thank
We've
you
been in
guys
here
for coming
before.
around. We're done with Mario Odyssey. We're playing some little bit of CTR.
Nice.
Doing those developer time trials. Wait, Carl, I thought you said you changed. Okay, alright. Jackster.
All right.
So remember, you know,
So feel free to stick around his
this
stream.
was,
Give him a like and a sub if you enjoy his content.
The lore.
So I'll mute him for a second so I can wind down. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to the channel, watching later, or whatever, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're on our way to 900 and then hopefully 1,000 after that. Awesome Assassin Shark. Yeah, feel free to keep watching them if you like them. But I am whooped, and it's Friday night, so I'm looking forward to the weekend. Perhaps I'll be on again tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. If I got the time, that's usually the plan. It's my first normal weekend in a long time. But anyways, thanks everybody for being here, and we will see you all around in the next video or the next stream, whatever comes first. So, see you later. Thanks for watching.